Okay, now it's time to look at quizzes. Now let's be very careful here. There are a lot of times that what you will call a quiz on your syllabus is not what Canvas calls a quiz. Please keep in mind that in the Canvas world, a quiz means something that is taken online through Canvas. So think about the kinds of quizzes you might deploy online where you have multiple choice questions, true, false. The student will go to Canvas, click on the quiz, take the quiz. A lot of the times, depending on the question type, Canvas grades the quiz for you. Compare that to a quiz you might distribute in class. While you may have the same kinds of questions, true, false, multiple choice, essay questions, that's not a Canvas quiz. That is an assignment, and in this case, probably an on-paper assignment. You hand it out, the kids take the quiz in class, or the kids take the test in class, you collect them and grade them, and then enter the grades in Canvas. That's very different than a Canvas quiz. This has been the source of some consternation and some confusion as you have been putting together your courses thus far. So remember this distinction. In Canvas, a quiz is something that is taken in Canvas and a lot of times graded by Canvas. So let's look at a quiz. And what we're going to do is we're going to add that quiz Here I Am back into this module 1 and then edit that quiz with a multiple choice question, a true false question, and maybe one other kind of question. Okay, so we're going to add the quiz back into this module 1 permaculture basics. I'm going to do that by clicking the plus button, add to this module. And you'll see here I've got all of these different things that I can add. I can add an assignment, I can add a file, I can add a page. But what I want to do is add a quiz, and not a new quiz, but this quiz that we already have created. Let me go ahead and add that item, and I'll drag it up here into this evaluate text header. Now I'm going to click on this and begin editing this quiz. This is quiz Here I Am. Again, one of the reasons you want to use the quizzes provided by the template is because it has some of this pretty formatting and common formatting that you'll get used to. So we're going to edit. So I'm going to retitle this. Instead of quiz Here I Am, I'll call this quiz module. Actually, I'll call it module 1 quiz. Provide information to students about the quiz exam. Please see the sample. Okay. This quiz assesses what you have learned thus far in module 1. This is a multiple choice and short answer quiz, covers material, module 1. We'll say multiple choice, matching, true, false, and short answer quiz that covers materials from the textbook readings within module 1 of the quizzes. I'm just say covers module from module 1, covers material from module 1. There are 2 attempts on this quiz, however the questions will differ in each attempt. I'll just say well, that's fine. Your highest score will be entered into the grade book. Now, we're going to go ahead and set it up so that this is true, but if you want 1 attempt, you can do that feature. If you want to give multiple attempts, but then give the average of the quiz so that each attempt the students are encouraged to really try hard. And then here's some other guidelines. So you can add that here in the guidelines. I'm just going to say, if you need technical support. Okay. This is a graded quiz. We're putting it in this assignment group. We want to shuffle the answers so that they're always in a different order. We can give a time limit. It does not have to be 90 minutes. It could be 45 minutes. It could be 30 minutes, or we can not have a time limit. Depending on internet accessibility, you might want to consider not having a time limit. Allow multiple attempts. You can just have them do it once and just 1 attempt. It's more of a test than a quiz at that point. quiz score to keep. You can keep the latest score or the average score and assign the number of attempts that they are allowed. We'll see, we said, okay. Let students see their quiz responses, and correct answers will be marked in student feedback. Let students see the correct answers. You will have to play with this feature to see when it reveals those answers. I think it doesn't reveal the answers until after the quiz is due, so that they can't take the quiz, get the feedback, and then retake the quiz. You can require an access code. This is very helpful if, say, you want to give this quiz to students who actually show up for a class. You can have an access code that you write on the board, and the students can use that code to take the quiz. You can also get with IT and designate a place where the students must take the quiz. If you want to make sure that they're taking it from the computer library, the library computer lab, you can get with IT and get those list of IP addresses and filter it so that they can't take the quiz from anywhere other than that location. This is assigned to everyone, and of course you'll give it a due date there. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this quiz. Notice that it did not give me an option to tell how many points it's worth. That's because you do that when you build it. So let's jump in and start adding some questions. I'm not going to save it because I need to add the questions. So I'm going to add a new question, and this question is going to be multiple choice. And I'll call it founder of permaculture. Who is widely considered the founder of permaculture? And then here you want to give the correct answer. Bill Mollison, Jeff Lawton, Thomas Jefferson, Pepe Le Pew. Okay, so you can give the correct answer. If this was the correct answer, you can change the correct answer in the order, but that's not the correct answer. That is that one. You can add another answer if you want more than 4 options. You can also give comments that the students can see after they answer the question. This would be good for like a practice quiz. You could say no, actually Jeff was a student of Bill Mollison. Bill Mollison is the founder of permaculture. So you can do that. Correct. Bill Mollison started the movement of permanent, it's not permanent, it's perennial agriculture and branded it permaculture. It's not actually true, but we'll go with that for now. Just demonstrating these. Okay, now you also can add the number of points. We're going to say that this is worth 5 points. All right, update the question. It's now ready to go. New question. Let's call this one, we'll do this as a true-false question. Where permaculture. So this question title ends up going right here. Let's call this permaculture started in New Zealand. I'm going to say this is true. Correct. Bill Mollison. Actually, I don't think it's, I think it was Tasmania. It's a Tasmanian. Again, I may be wrong here. He may have actually done this in Australia, but we'll go with that for now. Again, we're just showing you how to build these quizzes. We'll make that one worth 5 points. Update the question. Let's do another question. This one we will do a matching. Design process. Which term match the term with the correct definition? So here we'll say something like humus, and this will be organic material in soil. Here we'll say swale, a water harvesting ditch normally installed on contour. We'll do another. Let's say berm, a mound of earth in permaculture these are normally placed on the downhill side of a swale. Let's go ahead and add one more, and we'll do nitrogen fixing. Plants that harvest atmospheric nitrogen and deposit it in the soil via root nodules. Okay? We can also add some distractors. So I would say plants that take in minerals through the roots and make them bioavailable through leaf shed and soil building. All right, this is a little bit bigger question. I'm going to make it worth 20 points. Update question. New question. Let's see, what else can we do? We did matching, multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank. Let's do fill in the blank. Now, sometimes what's a good question for fill in the blank? The best place to store water is blank. So possible answer is in the soil, in the ground, underground, aquifer. Add another possible answer in the dirt, something like that. We'll make that question worth 5 points. Update the question. I can also have a short answer. So instead of filling the blank, we'll do an essay question. What are the typical I'll just do this. Give a provide and inputs. I know that's the next unit, but outputs. Okay, find the questions. Analysis for rabbits. And this one will be worth 30 points. All right. Update that question and go ahead and save it. It's 65 points. That'll work for me. Okay, so now let me check my module and see if it is published. Yes, it is published. The quiz is published. So I'm going to take that quiz as a student now. Student view. Modules. And this quiz. Take the quiz. I'm going to get this question wrong. I'm going to get this question right. Humus is organic material in the soil. Swale is a water harvesting ditch. A berm is a mound of earth and nitrogen fixing. I'm going to get this one wrong. Okay. And the ground inputs. Food, water, shelter. What else do rabbits need? Outputs. Meat, fur, feet. And actually it should also have, because this is an animal, behaviors. Digging. Okay, you get the point. When you're done with the quiz, you submit the quiz. And it's given me my initial score. It actually did give me the correct answer. So I might want to go back in and change that setting in my quizzes if I don't want them to get the correct, to get the feedback right away. Okay, and now here, this is not yet graded. The professor will have to go in and grade this example to see how many points are awarded. Okay, let's take the quiz again. This time I'll get it right because I saw the answers. Bill, true. Organic material in the soil. Water harvesting ditch, mound of earth. Plants harvest atmospheric nitrogen. In the ground, inputs, outputs. Submit the quiz. And you'll see that the second attempt was 35. Showed me all the correct answers, and then I need to grade that last little bit for the student. Okay, so that's how you build a quiz in Quizizz. And now I have to tell you some, for me, unfortunate news. There are actually now 2 ways to create a quiz in Canvas. This, where it has a Quizizz index, is the old Canvas quizzes. The new Quizizz is a different kind of feature, and it has some new kinds of questions that are really pretty snazzy. But unfortunately, it's kind of a lot different than this quiz engine. So you've seen this quiz engine, see if you like it. I'm going to demonstrate the new quiz engine in the next video. Stay tuned for that. See you soon. Bye-bye.